YouTube, what is that word? It is Marko Stats. And today we're going to address some serious topics. I feel like I never really got a chance to really talk about this as much. It's a little bit, there's a little bit of information about this in my documentary, but I never really fully expounded on it. But we're going to talk about my stuttering journey. Now, to give you guys some background, my name is Marko Stats. I am an independent artist, recording artist, rapper, artist, whatever you want to call it, from Chicago, uptown area. I also wear 1,000 hats. I'm a YouTuber. I do fundraisers. I work with nonprofits. I work with the youth. I have an indie label. We create records. I'm a video editor, graphic designer, mentor, activist. Um, I can do marketing. Like, bro, there's so many skills that I've learned in the past 10 years just being an artist. But my journey starts from me being 3 years old, losing my mother at 3 years old. My mother passed away when I was 3 years old, and I never really got a chance to really know exactly who my mother is. And it really traumatized me for the rest of my life. And I remember having this crazy stutter where I couldn't express myself. I couldn't have a normal conversation with people without stuttering. I just it felt like there was a blockage that was in my chest. It was a blockage in my mind. And there was a lot of things that I wanted to get out that just wasn't coming out. And for a long time, people used to laugh at me about it. They used to think that I was slow, like I wasn't smart, I couldn't comprehend certain things. And then on top of that, what makes it even worse is being black. I mean, like, I love being black, but it's like, okay, imagine being in a scenario where you're a black person and you have to maneuver in a space that has mostly white people. And then people look at you, they already think that black people are stupid or that we're not as smart as other races. And then they look at me and then I start stuttering. And then it's like, there goes the dumb black kid stereotype that we've been trying to tell you guys about these people. And I just used to get so fucking nervous and I was misunderstood because I used to get good grades. My grades were always pretty good, but I just had a stutter. And people, like I said, some people think that people that stutter are stupid. No, we are not stupid. It's just that we have issues with expressing ourselves. But we can think, and a lot of people who stutter a lot of times are really smart because we spend a lot of time observing things. When you observe things, a lot of people like to talk and they miss out on a lot of key details, or they miss out on certain things because they just love talking and they don't never sit down and really observe. Well, when you got a stutter, you're forced to observe because even when you want to talk, sometimes you just can't get it out. So it's almost like you're forced to observe. And people used to think that I was being rude or that I didn't want to talk in certain scenarios, and they thought I was an asshole if I was quiet. Like, if we're having a conversation amongst friends and if I'm not saying anything, they think that I'm being rude. They think that I'm being an asshole, but whole time I just can't express myself. I'm having a speech block, and people don't know what a speech block is. A speech block is pretty much when you want to say something and it just didn't come out. And more so, I think that was more so my issue. I used to have speech blocks. So I'll basically try to say something, like I said, and it just wouldn't come out. Versus people that, there's different type of stuttering. There's people that have a lot of speech blocks. There's people who repeat words. There's people that have it more severely than others. So it's really a fucking curse. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Like, being a stutterer is a fucking curse. And it's a lot of things that I missed out on and that I never got to fully experience just because of my stutter and because I couldn't express myself in key moments and in key situations. It just really, really fucked me up. And now that I make music and I'm a YouTuber and I literally do workshops and I'm a public speaker. I can give speeches. I can talk in front of. I've talked in front of hundreds, maybe even thousands of people before, right? And I literally. So let me tell you guys on how I kind of broke out of my stuttering. So I used to force myself to talk to people. I used to force myself to go to parties, force myself to walk up to people and try to start conversation, try to speak as much as I can. And one of the reasons why I started making music, because I realized that whenever I used to rap or sing and, and things of that nature, I never used to stutter. And later on, at the time, I thought that that was magic. I'm like, man, I stutter, but when I rap or when I sing, I don't stutter no more. And now I know that, the reasoning behind that is because when you rap or when you sing, you're using a different part of your brain versus when you talk. When you talk and when you're explaining things and when you're articulating yourself, you're using a different part of your brain versus when you rap and when you sing. So the part of my brain that controls my speech and ability to articulate myself was the part of my brain I was having trouble with. And I used to force myself to go out, talk to people. I started making music because making music and rhyming and rapping and singing was the only time that I can fully express myself because I didn't stutter. And when I first started making music, people used to think that it was crazy how, damn, this nigga don't stutter when he rap, but when he talk, he be stuttering like a motherfucker. But when he rap, he don't stutter at all. Like, what the fuck? Like, people used to think that shit was magic or photo, but it's two different parts of the brain. So, this is just a message for everybody out there that still got this issue. If you're a young person, if you're a kid, even if you're an adult and you find this video and you got a stuttering issue, or if you had issues with your speech, this is just a message for you to just keep going. There's people out there that have gone through similar things and, have overcame them. And we know how you feel, to not be able to express yourself how you want to express yourself and have people laugh at you and think that you're stupid or think that you have some type of weird disorder that has no cure. People used to say that stuttering doesn't have a cure. If it doesn't have a cure, explain me. How come I don't stutter no more? So let me also fast forward to so once my stuttering was fully cured, cause it took damn near my whole life. Like, I really didn't stop stuttering completely until maybe a few years ago or something like that. And what really helped me stop stuttering, and this is crazy because I feel like nobody has this perspective on the on YouTube, on the internet, because I've been looking up videos about stuttering my whole life. trying to figure out, is there some type of remedy? Is there some type of magic thing that I have to do so I can stop stuttering? And I never heard anybody say that they stopped stuttering once they started to study astrology. Once I started studying astrology, but not just tropical astrology, Vedic astrology, which is the ancient astrology that started in ancient India, the one that's connected to all of the ancient stories about the gods and goddesses and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Once I started studying that type of stuff and I started to study my chart and I really started to understand like energy, right? Energy is a very key thing that people don't, not everybody understands energy and its concept. And even people that tell you that they understand energy, they don't really understand energy. Um, but through studying astrology and studying my chart, I realized that I I possess a very intense energy. Let me say that again. Me, Marko Stats, possesses a very intense energy. What do I mean by that? It is the same reason why I am good at making music. It's the same reason why I was good at playing sports. It's the same reason why when people listen to my music, they feel this emotional connection. It's the same reason why I'm so passionate, why I have so much energy. It's because I have this intense energy that I possess inside of me, inside of my being, right? That's who Marko Stats is, right? And when I was younger, I was trying to figure out how to manage this energy, how to navigate through this energy. And when I was younger, I didn't know how to manage my own energy because I don't have just a normal type of energy. My energy is different. Like it's it's hard to even explain, but if you get it, you get it. And this intense energy is so intense that when I was younger, because I couldn't control it, sometimes it would kind of go haywire. And when it goes haywire, it comes in the form of a stutter. You know, it might come out in the form of an outburst, right? But for me, it came through a sense of me, well, not a sense, but it came through my stuttering. So once I learned that I possessed this intense energy from studying my Vedic astrology chart, I was like, wow, so there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with my brain. This is just how God wired my brain so that He can give me the tools that I need to complete my mission on earth of being an artist, of being an inspiration, of being motivational to people, of being able to push through all of my downfalls and all of the boundaries and things that's in my way and obstacles. This is what God has given me. And it's the reason why I'm so strong and I'm able to lose both of my parents and keep going. It's the reason why I'm able to make music for 10 years plus, keep going. It's the reason why I can balance being a father, being an artist, being a YouTuber, being a big brother. It's the reason why I can balance all of these things is because I have the energy. I have this intense energy to just, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, once I learned that about myself, that, hey, there's nothing wrong with me. I just have this intense energy. And I just have to learn how to just manage it. So once I realized that, anytime that I feel like I'm about to stutter, what I do is in my mind, I just take 2 steps back. Just take 2 steps back and just, there was a saying that somebody said where, if things are not going the way that you want them to, you shouldn't try to force it your way. You should take a step back and let it come to you. So whenever I feel myself about to stutter, I realize that my energy is about to go haywire. And I have to just kind of remind myself in my head, take a step back, slow down. And it's all like a mental thing. It's a self-talk that I have with myself. Slow down. And that little slight second in my head where I slow down and I slow down and I just let it come to me, even if I have to pause for a second. If I got to pause for a second so I can just slow down, calm down, I realize that through doing that and taking deep breaths and just having confidence, just having more confidence in my speech and what I'm about to say. I want to say this. I'm going to say it. Even if it doesn't come out perfect, I'm going to say it. People are going to understand me. Having that type of confidence, taking a step back, taking your time, and remembering that I have to control this intense energy has all helped me defeat my insane stutter that I've had my whole life. And now I can honestly say that I'm stutter free. And I have a bunch of music. I'm YouTubing. I'm doing workshops. I did a workshop at Harvard University. I did a workshop at Harvard University, and I was basically a teacher for a day at Harvard. And it's just the way that I was able to go from being a little black kid with a stutter to workshop at Harvard, performing in front of hundreds and thousands of people nationwide. Crazy, right? So that's my journey. And like I said, if there's anybody out there who's going through similar things, man, feel free to contact me. If you guys want to talk about it, if you guys want to hear more about, my journey and what do I mean about possessing in intense energy, let me know, if you want to chop it up. Because this is something that means a lot to me. Yeah, I even learned that Kendrick Lamar, he used to stutter too. And he's my favorite rapper. And when I learned that, I was like, damn, people that stutter, there's just something special about us, man. Like, don't ever let people try to tell you that you're not special or that you're stupid. Like, no, bro. Like, it's a fucking superpower, bro. I don't care what anybody says, man. It's a fucking superpower. So, yeah. I'm just going to leave y'all with that. Like I said, my name is Marko Stats. Feel free to like this video, comment on this video if you have a similar story or if you want to just talk about anything, comment on anything that I have said in this video. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel, turn your post notifications on to be updated with more videos, vlogs, reaction videos, all type of shit. I'm going to be posting a video per day for the next 180 days. I think that I'm on like video 30 something or 40 something right now. So we just giving y'all the content, road to 200K subscribers. Summer 2025. Let's get it, baby. Till next time, y'all know who it is, man. It's Marko Stats, man. Y'all see the merch, man. We're gonna get some new merch for y'all too. AKA Swayze. Love y'all, man. Stay safe out there. Peace.